Hey, what's going on, folks? How y'all doing? It's your girl. It's me. Y'all know who I am. DG420. Divine Guidance. What's up? Today is Saturday, June 20th. It's 1:01 p.m. when I'm recording this message. Thank you guys. I hope you're continuing to vote. I know it's asking a lot, right? You know, taking time out of your day to remember me, you know what I mean? But I appreciate those that do and those that the thought you meant to do it. I appreciate y'all too, all right? And I appreciate y'all for continuing to vote for me. Yeah. Anyway, remember that time is fluid, so whenever you see this message, it's when you're meant to see it. It's a general reading. It may not resonate with everyone, so please only take what resonates and leave the rest. Becoming braver. Look at that. Resilience, experience, growing stronger, fresh perspective. So you're taking chances, right? You're doing things that you were afraid to do before, right? Whether it was judgment from other people or just your own fears, right? But you're becoming braver. You're doing things. You're taking chances and you're stepping outside the box. You're doing things you know that you've never done before. Because usually fear, at the end of the day, it's when we don't stand up for ourselves that we lose out on opportunities for ourselves, right? 5, change, yeah. Let's see, we got 45, such a curious dream. So some of you guys could have had a dream, all right? Grounding, returning to reality, coming home. So this is you feeling like, you know, you went through or you went somewhere where you had a lot of lessons to learn. You started seeing things from a different perspective, like seeing things and people, you know, for who they are. And not to saying that they're bad people. I'm just saying you can see the energy in which they operate. That's the piece. That's the discernment. The energy in which they operate. You got to recognize the energy. All right. You had a dream. This is Alice in Wonderland. So you know Alice went to Wonderland. So she woke up and it was all a dream, right? But was it, or was it really? Whatever it is, it made you braver, right? It created more confidence in you, right? It made you look at things a little different because in the dream, everything that she experienced was a lesson, right? Something to overcome, right? Seeing it from a different perspective. What we got here? Never jam today. 35 could be significant. Promises that never come to be. Empty words, not living in the now. Some of you guys could have promised to stay away from sweets or sugars, or maybe some of you guys made a promise that you were going to create something. Take it how it resonates. But you're not doing it. It was just, was it really a dream? Is it really something that you can achieve, right? Empty words, not living in the now. In the reality, what we got here, use your time well. Wow. I feel like Spirit is saying don't waste this moment, right? Don't put this moment off. Don't treat it as if all must have prizes. Wow. Trying to please everyone. This is in the other deck where in the Alice in Wonderland Tarot deck. Remember how Alice gave the Emperor those breath mints, candies, whatever it was, so that he could give to the winner of the race that he claimed somebody was going to get something. He didn't say what it was, and she helped him out, but he never said thank you. He just took all the fucking credit. Trying to people please. All must have prizes. Even if you giving up your own, you know what I'm saying? Giving up your own, look, shine bright like a candle. Look at that. Even if you give up your own dreams and wishes. That's what you were doing. You were giving up on yourself in order to please other people. It's like you want everybody to win, right? You support people. You reward people, you know, when they achieve things, right? But you don't get anything back in return. And in essence, you end up dimming your own light, right? You will make it through this, Spirit said. Yes. Yeah, some of you guys could have had a dream about living a different way, or living the life that you, look, no need to fear, that you really wanted, or that you, life that you dream about. But I feel like these are promises that you, Spirit said you stop bullshitting yourself. Okay? That could be for me too. Promises that never come true. It's like there's a promise that you keep making to yourself that you don't fulfill, you don't follow through, right? So take that how it resonates. You know what that is, and it's in order for you to fully walk in your potential. It's like you use things to make excuses, right? You make excuses. Look, Spirit said, find a lesson. Yeah. Use your time well. Find a lesson so that you can move forward and you won't stop wasting your time on shit where you keep saying you're going to do this and you're going to try this and you're going to whatever it is, and it doesn't have follow through. There's no need to fear. Remember how powerful you are. See, all you have to really do is step out there on faith and do it, right? You map out the route, right? You figure out what you need to do to get a step towards it, and then, you know, you take those necessary steps, you know. Now, what is it that's keeping you from just doing that part? Just even taking the first step, right? I don't know. I feel like some of you feel like you're not good enough. And not that you're not good enough, because there's something that you're doing that you know you need to stop doing, or stop saying that you're going to do it, and if you're going to do it, shit, or get off the pot. Find the lesson. Discover the purpose in the situation. Trust that you are learning. You have to. If you don't take the lesson, you know, you can't learn the lesson, right? If you don't go to class, you can't learn the lesson. You can't graduate. 29, 18, 36, 13, 24. Find the lesson in the situation. This could be people around you, okay? You're questioning their motives. It's like you're trying to please everyone. Man, yeah, that's what you're doing. You're trying to please everyone around you, and you're not stepping out on your own and doing what you need to do. Yeah, Spirit said use your time well, you know. Make every moment count. There's no need to fear. Look, set your course. Clock time. Choices. And keep your temper, because you're growing up now, and now it's time to write the next chapter of your life. I wonder what will happen next. Belong to your own dream. But you're not dreaming anymore. Wake up, right? Somebody could be trying to make you feel like what you believe and what you dream about is nonsense. Okay? But I feel like you're going to investigate. Because what? Because you want to become queen. How you want to become queen? Spirit said the right way. Come on now. Those impossible things. They go that butterfly, that transformation, confirmation. And follow your own good advice. Because clearly you forgot who you are. Clearly you forgot who you are. What's going on here, Spirit? Seven of Swords, yeah. Find a lesson. What are you afraid of by walking away from people, places, and things that don't mean you no good? Point blank, period. But you can tell by the way they treat you. They use you. They belittle you. They keep you oppressed. They dash your dreams. They tell you that you can't do things, or you shouldn't do this, or you shouldn't do that. Four of Swords in the reverse. No more, sacrificing your dreams. You know what I'm saying? Your journey. Where you want to be in life. And sometimes where you want to be will take you off the path that everybody else is going, because that's what you got to do to get there, right? That's the way you got to go to get there. Don't be afraid. Do that. Do that shit. You can pray for them, but don't let that be your focus. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. It's been a long time coming. Some of you guys could have been in hermit mode, stagnant energy for quite some time. So, yeah. Regrets, guilt, shame, remorse, disappointment, right? King of Swords. King of Wands in the reverse. Seven of Wands, protecting yourself. This could be somebody you were married to. King of Swords could be a judge. Some of you guys could have a restraining order on someone that you live with or you had. Yeah. Okay. Find the lesson. Or you blocking someone. Someone that you had a home with. The King of Wands in the reverse. Somebody that was very flighty. Somebody could have made you very anxious. Alright. Because of their behavior, their actions. Alright, this could be somebody you helped this person, even though this person was in a dishonest energy, right? A very manipulative energy. They made a lot of promises. So I'm hearing you could be like paying somebody's debts. Alright? Paying somebody else's debt, helping people. Yeah, somebody could stay into some shit all the time. Yeah, this was a burden. You released that shit. Yeah, I'm picking up. This is like somebody that will owe people money and you will end up paying it for them with the all must have prizes. Because they make promises they can't fucking keep. When that king said, I'm going to give a prize to the first one to get around the bend. And then they get across the bend and this motherfucker ain't got no prize. That's this energy. And now, here they come. And you know that these people are going to probably whoop somebody behind because they lied about, what they was going to do. And here you go, sacrificing that little bit of money you was trying to save. You know what I'm saying? What we got here? Seven of Cups, the illusion, man. Listen. Yeah. Ace of Wands, listen. Spirit saying you will make it through this. You will. There's no need to fear. You just got to find a lesson. Once you find a lesson, it'll be easier for that pill to go down. It really will. It won't be stuck in your throat, because when it's stuck in your throat, it's like you're not fully clear on trusting your own discernment, right? What is really going on? You may look at some shit that's innocent and you're very in a naive energy. Rose-colored glasses, I'm hearing, right? King of Pentacles turned up right. Yeah, this is somebody that was possibly acting as if they were somebody that was very stable. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. So somebody was creating an illusion, okay, that you were someone that was dysfunctional, okay, that you were somebody that you really weren't stable. You really don't know how to hold down a household. You weren't a good parent if you're a parent. You know what I mean? You can't keep a job. You get evicted. All those things. You know what I'm saying? You're very low vibrational. In order to make themselves look like they were sitting in the upright. but actually there was a king of wands in the reverse. Somebody that was very hoish. All right, and you blocked this person. You blocked this person. With this judgment here, with that king of wands up here, that gives me a judge energy. With this four of wands in the reverse, this could even be a divorce. What else is going on here? Yeah, you probably was. Look. Five of wands in the reverse. This person had you in competition with other people. And I was getting ready to say you probably was in the reverse when you was with this person, because this person was draining all your resources. Alright? You was helping them. You was paying their fucking karmic debt. You was probably paying all the fucking bills. Right? And you was distracted because this one was out here with all kind of people, places, and... Ooh, what is that? People, places, and things. Those little gnats. People, places, and things, fighting, competing for them, right? They had you in a lot of conflict, right? You got conflict, chaos, and confusion, and imbalance going on in your life. How can you focus on, your stability? Because you're constantly having to fucking defend yourself, right? Child, please. People showing up at your job. Page of wands in the reverse. Yeah, very immature energy. Somebody was not ready for that kind of commitment with that four of wands and that page of wands in the reverse. That's five of wands in the reverse. Twice out here now. Yeah, this is somebody that was very disloyal and promiscuous. Alright? That's what you guys are overcoming. This is what you're getting over. Yeah, you put the burdens down. You stop carrying this person's burdens. You released yourself from this energy. You stop fucking around with the karmics and whoever else they was including into your situation, putting into your life. What, 10 of swords in reverse? I can't make it up. Listen, it was all an illusion. Look, judgment in the reverse. Yeah, the chariot, they're blocking. 8 of wands in the reverse. Yeah. Somebody was doing all kind of shit out here towards you, collective. I'm telling you, with all of you, these cups, somebody could have been doing some shit with your hair. 9 of wands, yeah, they was. You had to protect. Yeah, this person was attacking you. Thank you, Spirit. And try to block you from being able to move forward. Yeah. Look, 5 of cups. As long as you was depressed, as long as you was in low vibration, they could continue to attack you. Okay? 3 of wands in the reverse. My God. 7. Somebody didn't want you to move forward. Somebody knows who you are. Somebody knows your capabilities. Somebody knows that you're smart, you're very creative, you're very wise. And this is also somebody that could constantly ask, why you still here? Why you still fuck around with them? Why you still deal with them? And they feel like you're stupid for that, you know what I mean? Like you don't get it, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and just constantly, defending yourself from these attacks kept you in that 5 of cups energy. And with the 3 of wands in the reverse, and you were just unable to really focus on where you were trying to go, right? But your strength, baby. Yeah, 10 of pentacles. That's what you deserve, and you know it. And that's what you want, equal give and take. Thank you, Spirit, and you know it. And now, when you look back on what you had to go through, let me show you. Hope I can get this right for y'all. This is you looking back on what you had to go through. You hear me? How you pulled yourself out of that energy, that low vibrational energy, that sadness, that disappointment, that betrayal, that, you know what I'm saying, it's constantly playing the fucking tape over to see what did you miss, and, could you have, done this, and that's what it was meant to do, is to keep you stuck. And while you stuck, that's when they started using their little low vibrational energy. However that, but if you're a praying man or woman, you already know where your strength lies. 7 of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, stop investing. Yep, because it was no equal give and take. That's what you learned how to do. Thank you, Spirit. That's what you learned how to do. You stopped investing. You moved away to calmer waters. You took your losses, your L, you left. There wasn't no resentment, there ain't no revenge, no fucking get back, because all that bullshit does is keep you in the same fucking loop. Repeating the same thing. Listen, lesson learned. That's what you was here for. Where you at, baby? Find the lesson. Find the lesson. And you did. Oh, okay. And you did. Baby, and you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Because you already know. Some of y'all could have had to sneak away. But, yeah. 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like you're keeping that shit to yourself. You're moving in silence. And whatever it is you have going on, I feel like you're keeping it to yourself. Look, somebody feels heartbroken. Yeah. Left out. 3 of Pentacles. Listen, because that's what they tried to do to you. They tried to leave you out. They didn't want to collaborate with you. They didn't want to work with you. They wasn't your friend. Right? Yeah. Queen of Wands. The Lovers in the reverse. Somebody didn't want you to have love. They didn't. They didn't want you to ever get yourself together so that you could really, reach for your destiny. Right? Because we're all destined to have grace and mercy and happiness and joy and peace and everlasting life through Jesus Christ. And that's how it has to go. You know what I'm saying? Because, of course, But yeah, but now that's the only way. Right? We can have the material things for a little while. Anyway, you are walking into this. You knew that you deserved better. That's what I'm going to say. You knew that you deserve better. People constantly do this, do that. We need you to do this. You need you to do that. You don't have time for yourself. Always being confronted with something. Discover the purpose in the situation. Trust that you are learning. Yes, you are. You're learning what you do not want, what you do and what you don't want, how you want to live your life, what kind of people you want around you, what you want that to look like, and it is obtainable, you know what I mean? With the right motives, with the right intention. Buy the book. Buy the book. Right? The right way. I got a couple of these. Let's get these. And a couple of these. Well, this one don't want to come out. It says birthplace of dreams. Alright, it's stuck in there. I'm not going to go through all that. Birthplace of dreams. Let's see, what messages do we have here for the collective energy before we close this out. My load is about finished and the music has ended. Find the lesson in the situation. What does the collective need to know? For those of you that are working on moving forward, you're trying to map out a destination, a journey, which way you're going, this is for you. This is a destinations oracle deck. And what we got? We got coffee house, coffee, tea, artisan brews, pastry, indulgence. Some of you guys could like to go to the coffee house, or you want to be in a metropolis area where you can go to the coffee house in the morning on your way to work. Okay. You could be meeting somebody for coffee or tea. Some of you guys could be traveling, maybe meet somebody. Alright, take this out. Well, you could have what we got here. art exhibition. Alright, so some of you guys could be going to a museum, creative showcase, curated gallery. So some of you guys could be going to a museum, art museum, science museum, aquarium, something like that. Alright? Ooh, shit. Some of y'all going to jail. Oh my God. Ooh-wee. Some of y'all going to jail. A spirit set up the river, nigga. Spirit set up the river. Flowing waters, riverbank views. Alright, some of you guys could live near the Amazon, the Nile River. Some of you could live near lakes. Or this is somewhere you want to live. Alright. This is giving me like Asia. Could be out of the country. It don't have to be. What's going on here? What we got here? We have beauty salon. Okay, some of y'all doing your beauty rituals. Hairstyling. Some of you guys could be looking to open a beauty salon. Alright. Hairstyles, makeup, artistry, relaxing, spa services, grooming, and styling. I don't know. I'm here in Louisiana. Riverbank. Mississippi. What's going on in spirit? Nightclub, dance floors, neon lights. Some of y'all want to be near the city so you can party. Some of you guys could be young. If you're in partying age, shit, forest cabin, secluded. And then some of y'all just want somewhere that was peace and quiet. You tired of the rat race. You tired of the city. You tired of neighbors. Yep, you're at a crossroads. This is where you're at. This is that energy you're in of which way do I go now? What's next? This is a what's next energy. After you had to recover and heal and learn the lesson in relationships, right? And how long you continue to stay and pacify people. Right? How long you stick around to try to people please, because that's what it is. You rather make them happy rather than make yourself happy. That's how you sacrifice yourself, right? You don't do what makes you happy, and then you become a shell of yourself. Now you're somebody else's whatever, yes man, or whatever the hell y'all want to call it. Multiple paths, turning point, divergent roads. Y'all are on the path to a new place. Let's do it. All right, y'all. I'll see you. Deuces, y'all stay up.